Okay, so I'm gonna test this. Let me try and install this one more time. Unfortunately, there's like this green fucking light that comes from the mic, but what the fuck? Okay, let me see if I'm moving, I'm talking, you can hear me. Hello, welcome. I mean, that's gonna be a problem, this fucking green light. I don't know what I can fucking do about it. Maybe. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so maybe I'll do it like this. Test, test, test. How's the quality? Is this working? Yeah, I think that might be the trick. That might be the one. Hello, welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, I am building BacktestingLab, which is a privacy-first desktop software for day traders, which is meant to allow you to backtest strategies in both an automated and manual way. Now, if you're wondering, why am I wearing a blazer? Well, it's meant to be serious. I'm getting serious about this project, and this video is about accountability. So just to give you a little recap, at some point last year, I had this idea that I wanted to get more into backtesting strategies in order to improve my day trading. And I was looking at what was available, different software, free, paid versions, and I didn't quite find anything that matched what I wanted. So I ended up deciding, okay, I'm just going to build my own. And in the beginning, I had some good progress. I made some changes to my workflow. Things slowed down a bit. I had some breaks or time off where I wasn't able to work on the project, where it was a couple months, and that's happened twice now. So I have not made as much progress as I would have liked. By this point, I would have liked to have been maybe 80% of my project finished, and unfortunately, I am nowhere near that. So this is why it's accountability time. And some of the reasons, which I've already alluded to, but the kind of biggest issues or problems I've been facing in building this, because I want to build this into a business as a startup and have it useful for myself as a tool that I will use in order to help me day trading, and then also to release it to the public so other people can buy the software and use it to help themselves improve their day trading. And my main issues were mostly with AI workflow or coding workflow. So I had used my own kind of workflow, and I had got to a point where it was working, and or at least certain parts of it were working, but there were times where the AI just did not implement things correctly, and I would be going on a 10, 20 back and forth conversation with the AI, debugging something, trying to get it to work, and that really slowed me down. It was frustrating, and especially when you hit rate limits and you're stuck, and then you have to wait, a day or 5 hours, or if you hit your weekly limit, then you have to, and it's 2 or 3 days before your weekly reset. Then you can't really work on your project. So there was some frustrations there, around just getting a good workflow where is able to get the tasks done one, get them out. So that was one area that was giving me some problems. And then of course time off, and when you take time off or you're away from the project, when you have a ball rolling, you have momentum, things are going well, and then you stop, and then when you come back, you have to get that ball rolling again, and there's always a period of you're maybe not as motivated as you were, and it takes a bit of time to get back into your project and going. So interruptions, I would say, was the next thing. And then the other thing was, I would say, marketing, where I think I was spending a little too much time marketing, as I believed, okay, I would build a following and then, over a period of time, and then deliver the product. But of course, that's not how it works. So I feel the building in public on social media can be good, but I think if you're able to build your product very quickly, so you go from day 0 to day 20, 50, whatever, and you're able to actually have a working product that is useful. And in my case, that just wasn't true, wasn't happening, as there's just so many tasks and things to do to get it delivered, where I think I just was essentially wasting my time with the the posting, I mean, I shouldn't say totally, because I was getting some website visitors, traffic to the Backtesting Lab website. And I also had several people who had signed up for the waitlist, which is a sign, like a very good positive sign of people being interested in the product and that there's a demand for it. So I think, but I don't think people want to wait half a year, or several years in order for me to deliver the software. So I think that was kind of a problem where I was putting a little too much time into marketing. So as I said, this was serious, serious discussion, and how I'm going to get myself back on track to get Backtesting Lab shipped, delivered, to get a production software out and available. And the first thing obviously was just getting a much better AI workflow, so maximizing what I can do. And in the last week, I would say I've just retired or given up, let's say, on my own workflow, and I switched over to some other workflow that was just quite popular, and I wanted to try it out, see if it works. So far, it's going well. I will probably test it out for another week or two and just see how much it's actually improved my velocity or code output. And if it has improved significantly or quite a bit, then I'm most likely just going to keep working on with that workflow, maybe improve it some more, and then I'll look into scaling vertically. So essentially having more working on tasks concurrently, or in parallel, rather than just one task at a time. So I'll definitely need to do something in order to get the product shipped out faster. And I first want to make sure I have a really good workflow that the AI writes good quality code, that when I look at it or review it, there isn't many issues, or ideally there would be none. And that the debugging sessions, or when I ask for a feature, it builds the feature and it just works. I mean, and I would like that to be 80-90% of the time, whereas before it was probably under 50 or maybe 50-60%, and that's it just bogs and slows you down. So that's the key, I think, just to get the coding output building. That's my main focus. And of course, I have, let's say, a free calendar for the most part, unless, I mean, this could always change, but I have a good amount of time where I can really just focus and grind on this project and just make some serious progress in terms of getting it delivered and out the door. And then with the marketing, I'm kind of just taking a step back until I'm at a point where I have something with the software that I can show off, or it's at a point where it's actually doing something useful in total. And yeah, that's just my choice. And I think instead I'll put my focus on marketing for long-term games. So what do I mean by that? By SEO. So I will put up some probably blog posts and stuff like that to build up organic search traffic, which of course takes time to build, 6-12 months, which I think is more in line with when product will be delivered. And then I think when I'm closer to having a product that is ready or almost ready, I'll probably end up maybe doing some live streams or something on YouTube, making more YouTube videos on different topics and showcasing the software. And then I'll probably go back on X, making posts and getting back into it, because then I'll actually have something that's almost built, like that's almost ready. And I think that's a lot better, because in a world where everyone is just wants something consumed now, the TikTok brain, scroll, like nobody has the time or sorry, the patience. They want something now because they have the problem, so they're not going to wait a year or more or whatever. So that's essentially my focus. And I think if I really push hard, keep going, that I'll be able to, maybe, I hope at some point this year, to have maybe not the whole software and where it's fully featured, but like a solid good base for the software where it's useful. I'm able to do what I envisioned back when I was first starting the planning for Backtesting Lab, and I hope that will come to fruition, and I'll be able to deliver some awesome software that people in the day trading community will absolutely love. So if you're interested in following along, I'll probably have some build in public posts, what it's like building the software, and or also just backtesting topics in general. If those are the things that you're interested in, then follow along, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, give me some support, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.